Have you ever wondered what genetic secrets lie beneath the surface of ancient civilizations like the Canaanites, Philistines, and Israelites? The Middle East has long been a melting pot of cultures and people, but how deeply are modern Palestinians and Jews connected to these ancient groups? Genetic research has given us fascinating insights, uncovering shared ancestry that reshapes our understanding of history and identity. The Levant, an ancient region on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean, is the historical home of several great civilizations, including the Canaanites, Philistines, and early Israelites. This region, which includes modern-day Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, and parts of Syria, has always been a hub of migration and trade due to its central position between Africa, Asia, and Europe. The constant exchange of ideas, goods, and peoples throughout history has created a unique genetic and cultural melting pot. This geographical and historical context is critical for understanding the deep genetic ties between ancient populations and their modern descendants, including Palestinians and Jews, who continue to inhabit this crossroads of civilizations. The Canaanites were among the earliest known settlers in the Levant, dating back to the Bronze Age. They were a Semitic-speaking people with a rich and influential culture that shaped the social and political landscape of the region for centuries. The Canaanites built city-states, developed complex religious systems, and were active in trade with neighboring regions like Egypt and Mesopotamia. Modern genetic studies have shown that Palestinians, along with other Levantine groups, share significant genetic markers with the Canaanites. This continuity of genetic heritage demonstrates that despite centuries of invasions and migrations, the descendants of the Canaanites still form part of the population in the region today. Recent genetic research has confirmed that the DNA of modern Palestinians and other populations in the Levant shows a direct lineage to the Canaanites. This means that the people living in the region today are not only culturally tied to these ancient ancestors, but also share physical genetic traits that have been passed down over thousands of years. Studies using ancient DNA from Canaanite remains reveal striking similarities to the genetic profiles of today's populations in Israel, Palestine, and Lebanon. This evidence highlights the resilience of ancient populations and how their genetic makeup has persisted despite the many upheavals, invasions, and migrations in the region. The Philistines are another ancient group with a mysterious origin story. Traditionally thought to have migrated from the Aegean region or southern Europe, they settled along the coastal areas of the Levant around the 12th century BCE. Over time, they established themselves as a significant power in the region, known for their rivalry with the Israelites. Despite their foreign origins, genetic studies suggest that the Philistines quickly began to intermarry with the local population, blending their genes with those of the Canaanites and other Levantine peoples. This genetic integration has left a lasting impact, with modern Palestinians sharing some genetic markers with the Philistines. Although the Philistines may have arrived in the Levant as outsiders, their presence did not remain genetically distinct for long. Over the centuries, they became increasingly intertwined with the local populations through intermarriage and cultural exchange. Genetic research on ancient Philistine remains suggests that while their initial genetic profile reflected their Aegean origins, it soon shifted as they integrated into the broader Levantine gene pool. This rapid blending resulted in a genetic legacy that can still be traced in modern populations, particularly among Palestinians, whose DNA reveals traces of these early Philistine settlers alongside Canaanite ancestry. Genetic studies focusing on ancient Israelites reveal that their DNA was remarkably similar to that of other Levantine populations, including the Canaanites. This supports the theory that early Israelites emerged from within Canaanite society rather than being a foreign group. Modern Jewish populations, particularly those with roots in the Middle East, share many of the same genetic markers as Palestinians, reflecting their common ancestry. While later historical events, such as the Babylonian exile and Roman dispersions, contributed to the genetic diversity within the Jewish diaspora, the core genetic links between Jews and other Levantine peoples, including Palestinians, have been preserved over millennia. Modern Palestinians represent a diverse genetic mosaic that reflects the region's long history of migrations, invasions, and cultural exchanges. While Palestinians share significant genetic continuity with ancient Canaanite and Philistine populations, their DNA also reveals traces of later groups who passed through the region, such as the Romans, Arabs, and Crusaders. This genetic diversity is a testament to the complex history of the Levant, where different peoples and cultures have come and gone, but the core population has maintained a deep-rooted connection to the land. Genetic evidence shows that many Palestinians carry ancient Levantine DNA, linking them to the original inhabitants of the region. The genetic landscape of the Levant has been shaped by a long history of migrations, conquest, and trade. Over the centuries, the region has been home to a diverse array of peoples, including Greeks, Romans, Arabs, and Ottomans. Each wave of migration has left its mark on the local population, contributing to the genetic diversity seen in modern Palestinians. Despite these influxes of foreign DNA, the core genetic markers that tie Palestinians to the ancient populations of the Levant, such as the Canaanites and Philistines, have endured. This combination of continuity and diversity is what makes the genetics of the Levant so unique and historically significant. In addition to genetic research, archaeological discoveries have played a key role in uncovering the connections between ancient populations and modern ones. Excavations of ancient Canaanite, Philistine, and Israelite sites have provided physical evidence that complements the genetic findings. For example, burial sites containing well-preserved remains have allowed scientists to extract DNA and compare it to modern populations. These archaeological findings confirm that the people living in the Levant thousands of years ago are directly linked to today's populations, including Palestinians and Jews. This blend of genetic and archaeological evidence provides a comprehensive picture of continuity in the region. Genetic research offers valuable insights into the ancient roots of modern populations, but it also raises important questions about identity. In the context of the Middle East, where political and religious tensions often dominate discussions of identity, genetic studies reveal a shared ancestry that transcends modern divisions. Palestinians and Jews, who have been at odds for much of recent history, are genetically linked by common ancestors in the ancient Levant. While genetics alone cannot resolve complex political issues, it can provide a broader perspective on the deep historical connections that bind people together, offering a new way to think about identity in the region. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient history and genetics, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Timeless Tales. Hit the bell icon